Hey guys, John here with SB California Bushcraft. Hope you're all doing well. Today for this episode, we are checking out my bushcraft stoves that I use for when I'm in the outdoors. So hope you all stick around, give you guys an overview of what I use. See you soon. Alright guys, so these are pretty much the stoves that I typically take with me when I go out into the woods for either an overnight adventure or if I'm doing just a simple day hike. So people can go in and out of the KOA that's behind me over here, but that's okay, no big deal, they're not bothering me. Anyway, these are the stoves that I typically take with me out into the field, and each stove has a different purpose, different way of working. Now, first one I'm actually going to show you is one that I use. These two I actually use in my EDC kit. So inside the Stanley cookpot here is my MSR pocket rocket, and this is the case that it comes in. And as you can see, it is very simple to use. You just basically screw it on. If you have if you have a small little gas tank that comes with it, this definitely works very well. And then another stove that I also used before, and you guys have seen me use this in a few video reviews in the past. I'm going to go ahead and set this aside because I obviously didn't bring the tank. But that's okay, nobody's perfect, right? This is another stove that I have right here. This is going to be the 1A tack stove. This is a wood burning stove, but I can also use SBIT fuel tablets, and I can also use this with a Trangie alcohol stove, but I don't carry one with this one because I obviously have that one. But this is a great stove. I've used it many times. It's done me very proud, and this stays in my EDC kit. And I'm gonna go ahead and pop all these stoves open so you guys could actually see what they look like. Now another stove that I also do carry, and this is going to be this is a brand new case I bought for specifically. This is for this stove. This is the Firebox stove. The Firebox is very heavy, but one of the things that I do like about it, however, is the fact that it's very durable. You can cook multiple items on top of onto the stove. And the other factor I like is that not only can I burn wood, but I can also use a Trangia alcohol stove. I can also use SBIT fuel tablets. I can also use charcoal, and I can use wood. So having that capability of being able to do all that stuff in one good sized package is definitely a blessing. The only probably factor I would say that I'm not exactly sure if this is really relevant or not, but I would say that the one factor about this particular stove is the fact that it's heavy in size. So it is going to be a little bit heavier, but then again, it's still a great stove overall. And again, I'll put all these together so you guys can see them exactly how they look and everything. And then we've also got as well, this is a new stove I just picked up. This is the Emberlet stove. I'm actually going to be doing a test on this one later on with SBIT fuel tablets, because I've never actually used this with SBIT fuel, so I thought it's a beautiful day, it might be a good day to go ahead and try it out, just to do a simple boil test, see how long it takes. But yeah, but this one here I'll take with me, and this is going to be my new day hiking kit. I'll be talking about that later on. I've also got Trangia alcohol stove, which I will carry with this particular unit right here, and it does fit in very perfectly, so I'm looking forward to using both of them together. So let's go ahead and bust these guys out. Let's put them together so you guys can see what they look like. We're going to go and start off with the Firebox. Very nice leather case. I bought the Cordura case for this particular Firebox, but I decided to get this one. I bought this one later on, so whoops. Here we go. Now I've also got two other pieces. I've got a grilling rack here and a cup stabilizer, so I can put a cup in there and be able to boil water. I've got 4 of these little trivets here that work very well. And here's the actual stove itself out of the pouch. And as you can see, it has been used a lot. And if you guys want to see me possibly cook up a meal with this particular one, be sure to let me know in the comment section. I'd be more than happy to cook up a meal on this one. But it's very simple to take out. So basically, pop up the ash pan, stove pops open. Got stuff all over my hands, but that's okay. And then the ash pan itself just sits right in the bottom right there. So basically, you put your wood in it. You put your wood, charcoal in there. Drops down to the ash pan. You can pull the ash pan out and take it out. And then, if I wanted to, I'm gonna go ahead and put one of my trivets in here, just like this. One of the holders. Set the ash pan right on top of there. Flip this guy up. And voila, I can throw an Esbit fuel cube right here on top, and I can still cook on nice fire. And again, I've got 2 more. So what I'll do is I'll set these guys right here on top, just like so. Put the pot right on top. So, for example purposes, this one my pot. There we go. That's the firebox stove, and as you guys could guess, it is filthy because I've used it so many times, but it does work fantastic. Alright, next one. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way so you guys can see. It's a nice day right now. It's not too warm. It was warm early this morning, but pretty nice day. So the other stove I also have now, this is for my EDC kit. This is my 180 tack stove. And as you can see, it's taken up quite a bit of abuse just because of how often because the amount of times I've used this thing. So this is the actual ash pan. As you can see, it's kind of been out of shape. I'm gonna have to buy me a new ash pan, I reckon. As you can see, it's bent out of shape pretty bad, but the good news is, though, is I can still, there we go, got it. The good news is I can still use it. And then the stove itself assembles pretty simple. It's basically one end goes in one side just like this, and the other end goes in the other side, just like that. And you put your holders into the little grooves located on the There we go, and that's the 180 tack stove. And again, I can use this with Esbit fuel towers. I can also use this with firewood. Now, the one thing I also do like about this particular stove as well is because, like, let's say for example I don't want to use the ash pan, I could actually dig a hole in the ground, take the ash pan away, and and set my stove right above the hole. I throw the firewood and I still have a place to cook. As you can see, it supports the pot pretty well. I've actually used it before with a larger size pot and it works fantastic. So again, very well worth the money. I'm going to set everything right next to where it belongs. Last but not least, the Emberlit stove. Now again, very simple stove to set up, very easy. I love simplicity. Plus, another thing I like about this stove as well is the fact that if I wanted to, I could actually use this as a windscreen. So basically what you do, match everything up together. There we go. There's that one. Followed by this one. And you've also got the ash string here. There we go. So that's your Emberlit stove right here. And again, I can use this with either wood, with Nesbitt fuel tablets, which is what I'm going to test probably later on. And I can also use this with an alcohol stove. So if I take the top of my stove off here, set this right down, there's no alcohol in it. So it's perfectly right on the inside of the stove. And then I've got these two little trivets go together like so. Well, make sure that when you insert these, that you match them up with the open grooves there. There we go. I can set my pot on my cooking pot right here on top. So again, a very, very good piece of equipment. I'm definitely looking forward to using it. Both of these, all of these stoves that I have, including the MSR Pocket Rocket, they're great stoves. Never had an issue with them whatsoever. Never had any problems. Let's talk about price. Now, the price range in which for the firebox plus the additional accessories, when I got it, I paid about close to around $100 for it. And that did not include the leather case. And the leather case that I bought recently, the leather case was about, I want to say about 30 bucks. You can get it cheaper on Amazon, but I prefer to buy it directly through Firebox. 180 tack stove, including the Cordera pouch here. I paid for that one, I want to say about, oh, it was about $60. No, yeah, it was about $60, which included both the, sorry, I had to itch, which included both the stove itself, the ash pan, the pouch, and of course a plastic bag that came with it, which could be used for water, but unfortunately the bag broke. Nuts. Now, the Emberlit stove, including the transient alcohol stove altogether, if I had just bought the Emberlit by itself, total cost of it would have been about the total cost of this one was only around $30. So if you include the Emberlit stove and if I buy anything else with it, you're probably looking about, best guess, probably looking about around $50. So that's not really a bad deal. Oh no, I do like these stoves. So they do work fantastic, and I'm definitely going to be looking forward to using it. So let's go and put that there like that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video on my bushcrafting stoves. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment box. I'll answer them as fast as I can. And again, thank you very much for joining me today. This is John with SP California Bushcraft. Strength and honor. Be safe, be well, be prepared, and enjoy the outdoors.